Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of GoGetEmSports Live. I'm your host, Adam Danis. My co-host, Shane Williamson, will be joining us shortly. Today, of course, we got NFL Week 3. A couple of upsets, maybe. We'll see. You guys are going to get our best bets right here, right now on GoGetEmSports Live. What's going on, guys? Before we start today, I'd like to remind you guys of our two awesome sponsors. Our first sponsor being PickCity.com, where they have a pick for you in every game, every league. They have you covered at PickCity.com. Hit them up. Great company. Great guys. Our second sponsor is, of course, my boy at WagerAttack.com. Hit up my boy on Twitter or IG and tell him Go Get Him sent you. You'll get 125% free play bonus on top of your original deposit and a free bottle of wine sent to your door from both of us. All right, Shane, let's hop right into it. Week 3 NFL.
Yo.
What's up, buddy?
There's some weird ass games this week, and I don't know if I like it or not.
Well, week 2 we crushed. Week 3 is a difficult week. Week 3 is where some of the books get their money back in week 2, week 1. But we're gonna try to make it so you guys don't do that. That's what we're here for, and we're gonna give our best bets to you, do our best work, and go from there. We also have a special guest joining us for the Patriots-Titans game today, from one of my boys at PickCity.com. He'll be here joining us, giving his overlook on the game, giving his best bet, and we'll go from there. All right, Shane, ready to hop right into it?
Yeah, why not?
All right, first game, Cardinals at Jaguars today. The spread is jumping like crazy. Opened up at 6, went to 7, went to 7.5, and I'm seeing on some books, Shane, at -9. What do you think there?
Okay, well, first of all, literally everybody and their grandma's betting the Cardinals, right?
Correct.
And then I was listening to something last night, and it said teams that are 0-2 that face off against like teams that are 2-0 in week 3 usually win. But I can't take myself to even consider the fact that the Jaguars will beat the Cardinals.
No, I can't do it. Everyone's like, oh, any given Sunday. Yeah, correct. Any given Sunday, Kyler Murray can throw 450 yards up your ass, and you'll be down 30-0 at halftime.
Urban Meyer's not a good coach. Sorry.
No, Urban Meyer will be gone next year, I think, once they see how bad Trevor Lawrence does in his first year. I just don't think he's the NFL coach. He's got kids usually under his belt, not grown adults with paychecks more than him, and I don't know if he can handle the responsibility of managing adults, right? Managing professional athletes in their craft.
Well, he literally said last week that it feels like he's playing Alabama every week. And
I mean, yeah, man, you have to adjust. You're playing the best of the best. You're not playing Central Connecticut putting up 60 on their ass anymore. You're playing professionals. You're playing the best of the best every single week, no matter who you're playing. So he's got a test today with the Cardinals. I think they get sloshed today. I think Cardinals win by 20 plus. That spread realistically should be about 13.5, not about 9. I don't know why it's 9, or even 7. I think Cardinals win by double digits today pretty easily. I like their team total as well, over 31 points, and they put up 35, 5 touchdowns. It's a good number for me.
Do you think that they just sit DeAndre Hopkins this game?
No, he's playing today. I've read from numerous reports he's playing today. He has played banged up before in his career, and it has not really toned down his performance at all. So I think he has a full capacity game today. Now, if they get up like 37, it's the third quarter, are they going to pull him? Probably. just because of the injury factor, and that it's only week 3. But he's starting the game today. So
Yeah, there's nothing really much else to say about this game. It's
yeah, I think it is what it is. I
Jaguars.
mean, you're getting 9 now in some books of the Jags. You tease it up to make it 16. I'm not doing that either. There's a chance for this game to be a blowout. So I wouldn't teaser anything but the Cardinals today. If you're a teaser specialist,
teaser the Cardinals down to like 1.5, 1. That'd be probably way better than Jaguars plus 13.
Yeah. All right. Next game, I know you're pretty hot on. Falcons coming into New York looking for the first win today. Falcons at plus money. Shane, I know you like the Giants today. What else do you like in today's game?
Well, they're really only like plus money because like the Giants are like home. It's basically a pick 'em this game. Two teams that are 0-2, but the Falcons have gotten dog walked their first 2 games. The Giants should be 1-1, even though they're fucking blunder on Thursday last week. But I have no reason not to think the Giants are going to win this game. The Falcons' offensive line might be the worst in football. Their defense is god awful. Daniel Jones hasn't been playing terrible to start the season. He's actually been playing like probably like a middle of the pack quarterback, which is something to say for him.
Yep.
The Giants defense hasn't been playing like as it was at the end of last season, where it was like a top 10 defense. But I think this could be an easier matchup for them because the targets for the other team are very compact. It's Ridley, it's Pitts, maybe some Cordell Patterson.
I think today's a sloppy game all around. You're probably gonna see 2 or more turnovers by each team, probably. I mean, I don't know, bro. It's gonna be an ugly game. It's not something I'm gonna be wanting to watch as a fan of football. Just because both these teams are just not interested to me. I'm rolling with the Falcons here as if I'm taking the game just because of the value at plus money. I'm not really ever taking the Giants as a favorite. Don't see too much value there at all. Daniel Jones is terrible at home. One prop I do like for the Giants today is his rushing yards over 20.5. Could be at play here. He usually runs the ball pretty well during on Sundays. So
he's had 70 and 90 something rushing yards his first 2 games.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm touching on this game besides the Falcons at plus money. I think Falcons come into New York, get their first win today.
Saquon at 20.5 receiving yards, I also think so in play because Ingram is confirmed not playing.
He's not Saquon, playing.
I'm pretty sure he's likely out. Saquon, I think this is the game they try to let Saquon be Saquon. He's got 10 days of rest going against a pretty crappy team.
Yeah.
This is probably the best chance they have right now to let him loose. Or I guess get him like 20 touches in the game. So a lot of people are like saying the under would hit, and it's like, oh, the history shows that the under is going to hit. I could see this easily going over 47.
I'm not going off history with totals, but what I can say is underdog is pretty heavy favorite in these matchups long term. So if you're gonna bet anything today, I just can't bet the Giants. I'm sorry.
Yeah, whatever, dude. Don't want to hear it.
I can't, dude. I can't do it. All right, moving on. Next game on the slate. Let's see. Ravens at the Lions. Snooze fest once again. Lions go 0-3. Not a surprise here. Lamar Jackson coming off probably his biggest win of his career in Kansas City. No, sorry, that was in Baltimore, but still pretty big win for him. Finally beating the Chiefs in his career and beating his counterpart Patrick Mahomes. Do you think the Ravens take a day off here, or do you think they use the momentum from last game and take off?
I could just see them like coasting through this game because it's the Lions, and they're coming off that high. Lamar has that like hip, he did something to his hip when he did the like backflip into the end zone
Yeah.
Maybe they surprise, they run the ball a lot, but I could still see them being up a lot because I mean, even though Jared Goff's been throwing for a lot of yards, it's because his team's been down a lot, so he has to throw the ball a lot. Like the run game becomes like a non-factor with them.
Yeah. Again, everyone say, "Oh, just take the points." No, why don't you just take the points? Take the winner. And a parlay and a teaser and something of the fact of Ravens winning. Because if Lamar comes out and loses this game after what he did to the Chiefs, how he brought that team to a victory against the best team in football, arguably. If you come out and lay an egg today, you might as well just throw that one out the window last week. Because you cannot go and bring Kansas City to your home, whoop their ass second half, basically, and then come out and just dog shit this week against the Lions, okay, who couldn't score a single point in the second half of the Packers game. Ravens win this game 28-10. Lamar goes for 2+ touchdowns total, maybe two touchdowns passing, 1 rushing. I just think I keep moving. Big momentum game last week. I can't bet with the Lions this week, so.
I don't see it that low scoring because I think it's going to go to a point where Jared Goff and the Lions are just going to be hucking it, so they're going to be able to get like some points on there. And the Ravens are riddled with injuries on defense.
Yeah, maybe some garbage time scores.
That's why I was leaning the over in this game.
Yeah,
of like 50.5.
Yeah, I think Lamar can run up and down the field today. Jamie Collins is out as well.
What to do?
So I think he could have a big day today, rushing and throwing. So if you need a quarterback for DFS or fantasy or props, I think your man today is Lamar Jackson. That's really it. Yeah. Bears at the Browns, another snooze fest. Justin Fields gets his first start.
Yeah, maybe it's not a snooze fest. What if he puts on a show in Cleveland?
No. Another one of these games where it's a 7.5 point spread. Do you take the points if you want to tease it up to 14? Do you take the points, tease it down to a pick 'em or a -0.5? These are decisions that make or break your bankroll. Now, do I think Justin Fields could come out today and throw for 200+, 2 touchdowns, and have a great game?
Yes.
Yes. Do I think he could do that and still lose the game by 7+ points? Yes.
I'd be leaning the Bears 7.5. The Browns suck against the spread at home.
Yeah.
And they have no receivers.
Well, they lost one and got one back.
Yeah, but one's coming off of injury coming back. So who knows if Odell's actually like good to go.
But how good is that Bears run defense is the real question.
I mean, they kind of stifled Joe Mixon last week, I think.
That'll be the test.
This Browns defense.
If you can stop Chubb and Hunt and put all the pressure on Baker with no Jarvis, Odell coming off an injury like you said, could be some big pressure on him today if you limit the run. So look for Kareem Hunt maybe to get outside with some short dig and dunk passes since Landry's out. I don't know what his receiving prop is today, but maybe that's
I don't know. I had his receiving prop as a free pick last week, and he laid a big old egg.
Yeah, he laid an egg. So maybe a bounce back week for him. Were you talking about the Bears defense or Browns?
Or the Browns defense is not playing as like good as like people thought it would, or like on paper how it should be doing. Like
no,
we forget last week it was a tie game with the Texans until Tyrod got hurt.
Yep.
Do I think Justin Fields is better or has the ability to be better than Tyrod Taylor? Yeah. Do I think there's more?
I don't know if I'm there yet.
Well, I'm just saying he can be more. He can be more dynamic in the fact that he can run the ball a lot more or run the ball faster. He's faster than Tyrod.
I think
Tyrod can scramble.
Perfect comparison to Justin Fields is Tyrod Taylor. What's the difference? Doesn't turn the ball over a lot. Very consistent. Very good at accuracy. Is mobile. Very
I
smart
don't know if we could
individual.
say doesn't turn the ball over a lot. He came in for a short time last week and turned the ball over.
Yeah, but I'm saying in his career-wise at Ohio State, low turnovers, high completion percentage.
I don't know. The Bears have better weapons than what the Texans have. I don't think there's anybody gonna deny that.
Yeah.
Younger quarterback. I I'd say better defense. I think the Bears have a better defense than the Texans, or at least have better pieces on the defense than the Texans. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think it'll be a good game.
I'd lean Bears spread, but I'm not gonna bet on it or anything. I would probably feel better about just teasing down the Browns.
Yeah, that's what I would do too. Teasing down to a half or 1.5 spread. And just take the Browns. The Browns aren't losing today. So if you want to make that a play, tease them down. Maybe tease the Ravens and the Browns down. Both get wins today, I think, pretty easily. So next game, I'd say maybe the biggest game in Big Ben's regular season career.
The problem with that is that he's playing injured.
Yeah.
His left titty is hurt.
Which is better than his right pec because obviously his throwing arm is his right arm, but still a
but
significant injury.
If he gets blasted on his blind side,
could cause some trouble. Bengals come into this game really kind of needing a win as well. If I'm not, I mean, obviously they want to win. Bengals come in 2.5 point underdogs now, dropped from 3.5 to 2.5 this morning.
Start off at 4.
Was that 4? Yeah. So there's some money coming in the Bengals, and to be honest, I don't really blame them. I think Joe Burrow might show out today. Now everyone's asking, is this the game Najee Harris goes off?
I don't know.
Are you there, Shane?
They lose arguably their best receiver in Deontay Johnson. Najee Harris can't run for anything because the Steelers' offensive line is abysmal. Ben Roethlisberger keep trying to throw the ball down the field for some reason. Last season, it was dink and dunk it for 7-8 yards. Now it's let's just try to get 20+ yards every play. He's not that kind of guy anymore.
Yeah.
Steelers defense is injured all over the place. TJ Watt's not playing.
I kind of love the under today, and here's my reasoning, and you might like it, you might not. If you don't, you can go fuck yourself. But if you do, now you say obviously Big Ben's hurt, right? He's got the pec issue. We know that the Bengals obviously have gotten better on the defensive side with the additions in the offseason. And they haven't played too bad. Not really too much to go off of. Not really. They haven't played the Vikings, which is a pretty good offensive team. Held them down to a point where they can stay in the game.
They high key were they had a grasp on the game and they were kind of getting throwing it away. They were up a half and they got the ball at half.
Yeah, and the Vikings scored twice quick.
Well, what's it called? The Bengals went for it on 4th down in their own territory.
Yeah,
the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, so I'm leaning the under here just because I think it's gonna be a run and pound game by both sides. Low turnovers. I don't think that Big Ben's gonna throw for more than 25 times today with that pec. I think Najee Harris runs for at least 75 yards, maybe a touchdown. And maybe his prop is 64.5. I think that goes over. Just because I think it's gonna be close the whole game. And if I didn't think that, I think that Big Ben would end up throwing the ball towards the end, possibly. But if Steelers come out and they're up 10 points in the 4th, they're going to lean towards Najee. They're not going to lean towards Big Ben just because of the injury. So I think Najee could be a play here in fantasy as well. Could be a play on the prop, maybe attempts and yards or total yards possibly. Maybe they work him into the passing game a little bit more. I don't know. I think he has a pretty good game today. I think Steelers end up winning.
That prop of his rushing yards is like equal to his rushing yards in week 1 and week 2 combined. This offensive line is not giving him any kind of run blocking.
Yeah, it's a brand new line. So, and Trey Turner's out, I think, right?
Is he? I know he got fined.
Hitting incident.
Got fined. I know that.
Big dummy. I think it's gonna be another banger, another divisional.
Trey Turner is playing, but he just got fined for spitting.
The ref.
No, he spit at a Raiders player. I think it was Crosby, who's been having a great start to the season.
Yeah, we'll get into him a little later. All right, next game, one of your favorite games, I think, this week. Colts at the Titans. The line is -5 now.
All right. Fucking crip walking Carson Wentz because of his 2 ankles is definitely, in my opinion, not playing the rest or the whole game. There's no way.
He'll get hurt.
I don't think his ankles are going to be able to hold it. First of all, I think that means he's going to have no mobility at all. Like, he's not going to be able to move outside the pocket.
Yeah.
High ankle sprain on one ankle, low sprain on the other.
The question is, though, who is attacking him from the defensive side?
Bud Dupree.
That's it.
Harold Landry.
Who else? Who?
Harold Landry's actually pretty decent.
Yeah, but I'm not really like scared of anybody coming off the side
Colts are without their starting right tackle.
Okay, so that's blind side.
Eric Fisher's old and trash.
Suspect.
I mean, they got Quentin Nelson, but that's just gonna stop like defensive tackles.
Do you think that the Titans can score 4 touchdowns today?
4? See, everybody's gonna think that this is a Derrick Henry day because throughout history he's kind of destroyed the Colts.
Yeah.
I think the Colts are literally going to put 8 people in the box minimum every single play.
Just to make Ryan Tannehill beat him.
They're going to make Ryan Tannehill throw it. I mean, he's got the weapons to do it. It's just
he's got the weapon.
A.J. Brown has been silent the first 2 games. I mean, he had that 1 touchdown against the Cardinals, but that was a game where they got torched.
Well, Julio went off last week, right? So he had his
should have had a touchdown.
Yep. So maybe A.J. Brown comes alive this week against suspect Colts outside defense.
Yeah, Colts don't really have like a good secondary. Their main part of their defense is the front 7, which I think
they lost Rhodes. They lost Malik Hooker.
I think Rhodes is playing today.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. He's like 45, so.
Yeah.
I'm with the Titans. I just don't know if they cover the spread or not.
This is another good one to tease. Tease it down to get Titans like +0.5.
No, it's actually -5 now, dude.
Oh, so then you get the +1.
Yeah. Which basically just have a win, but
yeah.
Another team you could parlay in today's slate. I think Titans win today. Just
do a little Titans Cardinals 2-team parlay. Even add the Ravens, make it a 3-teamer.
I looked today. Cardinals, Ravens, Browns at +100 parlay.
From money line or spread?
Money line.
There you go.
Could be a nice play for someone looking for value. All right, next game. Another interesting game today. Chargers at the Chiefs. Chiefs look not to take a 2-game skid.
Chargers spread.
Obviously, if you're a bettor, you know that Chiefs cannot cover a spread for their lives in the second half of the season last year. Chargers come in 7-point underdogs, which I don't really understand. This should be probably about a 5-point game. I mean, if you give 3 points to the Chiefs for 3 points to the Chargers for being coming into Kansas City, that'd be about an 8, about a 7. But I think this should be about a 5-point spread. The Chargers, I think, put up points today pretty easily.
I think both teams put up points easily.
Shane, I don't know if you looked at this yesterday when we talked about our picks for today. Chargers first half team total. You know we smashed first half team totals, right?
Yeah.
Chargers first half team total 13.5.
Yeah, that could probably hit. I think it could be
This
like 20-14 at the half.
this Chiefs defense looks putrid. They moved Chris Jones to the outside. Terrible decision. He's slow.
I
Um,
think they might move him back inside
they
today.
have
That's
to move
what
him
they
back.
should. They
They
have
have
to.
to. They have to. He has not performed well enough to play on the outside. He doesn't have those quick movements. He's lost some weight. Put it back on, dude. Go back on the
Oh, what's it
inside.
called? They're running a 4-3 and they're putting a defensive tackle at the
Yeah,
outside.
doesn't make much sense.
How does that?
Doesn't make much sense. Who's that white linebacker they have? Who's like a monster?
I mean, they have like a safety that they sometimes run at linebacker, Daniel
Maybe that's
Sorensen.
him. Yeah, put him at the edge.
Nah. If anything, I'd say put their rookie Nick Bolton at the edge. Their linebacker. He was a second round pick. But
you gotta move him back inside.
Frank Clark's not playing today.
Really?
Yeah, and he led their team in sacks last year with like 6. This team doesn't really get pressure. The pride of their defense is the secondary. They have a lot of young pieces there, along with the Honey Badger.
Tyron.
Herbert, I guess you could say, has been having a slow start to the season, even though he's thrown for like 330 plus yards in each of the first 2 games.
Yeah, he just hasn't had that big 300 plus yard, 3+ touchdown game yet.
Yeah, he's thrown only one in each.
This could be it today.
Yeah, I still think the Chiefs win this game because I think
so do I.
They are, I think, out for blood after last week.
I think this game ends like I don't know, 35-31, something like that. Chiefs go down and maybe score at the end. But I don't see the Chargers winning today in Kansas City. I don't see the Chiefs losing back-to-back games to big opponents. I think Patrick Mahomes is ready to show the world that they are the team to beat in the AFC. I mean, I think this is gonna be a shootout. Classic shootout by 2 great quarterbacks, 2 great offenses. Again, I'm not really worried about the up front 7 for the Chiefs getting to Herbert because they have not been playing well at all. No pressure whatsoever. I think Eckler has a day. I think Mike Williams has a day. And then for the other side, the Chargers, who's stopping Pat Mahomes? Who in your secondary is stopping him?
No one in the NFL can stop.
Not
Mahomes.
stop.
You can try to slow him down.
Even attempt to slow him down. Like, who is a threat in that secondary?
Derwin James.
Possibly. If he stays healthy, that's a big thing. Just staying healthy throughout the game is a big deal for him. Does Joey Bosa get to Pat Mahomes today? I think so.
I mean, the Chiefs got a good offensive line.
It looked a little suspect last week. I'm not gonna lie. But I mean, I just think it's gonna be a shootout. I'll take the 7 points and run. I don't think Chiefs win by double digits at all.
No.
If they do, then we got a problem in LA. But
this could be a big game for Tyreek because he was kind of silent last week because he was getting like double teamed every play.
Yep.
But
you also gotta look at the Ravens secondary is probably one of the best in the league. So
even with the
without Peters,
yeah.
So all right, next game, my team Saints at the Patriots. Patriots open up at 3.5, down to 3, down to 2.5, back up to 3 this morning. Basically a pick'em game. Obviously, they're giving 3 points to the Pats because they're a home favorite. I mean, obviously, it's home field advantage here in New England. Great place to play. Mac Jones, obviously the storyline in New England right now, playing pretty well. What would you give him as a grade so far, A through F?
C+.
C+. Okay, I'm gonna go with a B. Maybe that's a little biased, but I think he's played the best out of any rookie quarterback this year so far. Now, does he have an advantage coming into the league with Bill Belichick, Josh McDaniels? A pretty solid offensive line, probably top 5 in the league. 2 good tight ends, and a solid slot receiver in Jacoby Myers. Yes, but he's also making decisions that a 5-year veteran is making. He's not turning the ball over. He's thrown for 70+ completion percentages in a game. Like no rookie has ever done that ever. He's managing the game with Damian Harris in the front, giving him 30 carries a game.
Over props for that reason.
Huh?
Like the James White props for that reason of his completion percentage. He likes dumping it off.
Yep, we are on James White today, over 50.5 receiving and rushing, 8 all-purpose yards today. I think he has a big game coming off last week. I think he finds the end zone as well. So if you guys are one of those guys picking anytime touchdown scores, I think he finds it. I think Damian Harris finds it. I think Jonnu Smith could find his touchdown today. But I'm picking the Pats here. Non-biased, I'm picking the Pats. I think the Saints are going to have some trouble, just like last week, with this defense. I think this defense is overperforming so far this year. Without Gilmore, without Stephon Gilmore, without a top 3 cornerback, you still got J.C. Jackson, Devin McCourty, Kyle Duggar, who's playing pretty well to start off his rookie career. Second year with the Pats. And then the front 7, Judon, monster. Alvin Kamara will be shut down today, I think. I don't think he goes for too much. He's
done anything this season.
He's had a pretty bad year so far. I think Pats win this game 20-17.
I was going to say 17-13.
21-17, around that. Low-scoring game. Typical Pats home game, low-scoring. Pats get a late turnover and win the game. That's what I think of that.
This Saints team is probably the most confusing team in the league because they go out week 1 and dog walk the Packers. And then week 2,
it's also suspect though. Like how they beat them is just not how it's going to happen every week. You can't expect that You can't expect to give Jameis Winston 40 yards of field every game. It's just not going to happen. The dude threw for 140 yards with 5 touchdowns. Hey, congratulations! You played. You did what you're supposed to do. You did a 40-yard field, and you scored 5 touchdowns out of it. Now, next game he comes out against the Panthers, and we saw what the Panthers can do on defense against the Texans, and he lays an egg. So this is a pretty big game for Jameis, pretty big game for Taysom Hill, potentially. But I think Bill Belichick takes the Saints out today. The spread, I think, is right on point with this game. I'd probably lean just the Pats money line this one and the under. But I don't think Saints come into New England and win this game today.
No, Winston has not thrown for over 150 yards in either of the first 2 games.
Yeah, I don't think he does it against his Pats defense. So no, he might throw for over $150, but he's not winning the game for him today.
This offense, I think, will not be anywhere near decent until Mike Thomas comes back.
This could be like week 5.
But it's week 6 at the earliest.
Oh, that's right. He's an IR, right?
Yeah, but like he has Marquez Callaway and Deontay Harris to throw to.
Oh no, they picked up Kenny Stills, dude.
Oh, what is this? 2014?
Yeah,
when he's with the Dolphins. Yeah, irrelevant. Adam Troutman at tight end. Oh.
Yeah, it's just bad. And then everyone just focuses on Alvin Kamara, and then he gets shut down. So I'm not really scared of the Saints team whatsoever. I think Bill's ready to go. I think they schemed well. They're going to scheme well against this team. Basically, just shut down Alvin Kamara, and you win the game pretty easily. I think.
Literally, just take Kyle Duggar or whatever safety you want, and just literally have him on Kamara the entire game.
That's Duggar today. That's his responsibility. Alvin Kamara. It would have been Patrick Chung, but that's Duggar today. That's his job. I think Winston throws for a pick plus today. Per usual against this great secondary. Yeah, I think Pats win comfortably today. Next game, Washington at the Bills. Bills coming off a stout win last week against the injured Dolphins, with Tua coming out pretty early. Then that whooping ass winning 38-0, I think it is. 35. I think that take that game and just run with it. Right, the offensive momentum. They're not playing great yet. I think.
Yeah, Josh Allen hasn't been playing good to start the season.
Yeah. So maybe this is coming out party against this Washington suspect defense.
Yeah. So this was like a top 5 defense to end the year last year, they are just not generating pressure.
No, I don't know what it is. Chase Young's not having a great year. Allen's not really having a great year so far. And then their secondary. Nobody really scares me in that secondary.
No, and who's guarding Diggs?
Yeah.
Who's guarding
Beasley? Who's guarding Beasley today?
Washington against the slot has been brutal this year. I think this is a big game for Beasley.
Big game. 7 catches plus. I think he goes for today. I think Singletary has a somewhat decent game with game management.
They're going to split that backfield, though, with him and Moss, because Moss is back.
Yeah, Moss is back. I think they win probably, 28-14 today.
Yeah, I don't know if this
28-17
is going to do anything against the Bills' defense. Tre'Davious White's going to be on Terry McLaurin.
Yep. He's not going to play today, I don't think.
Arguably top 5 cornerback against him.
Yep.
Their second receiver is Diami Brown.
Rookie.
He's a 3rd-round rookie this year, but hasn't really done anything. Logan Thomas, I think, is going to get locked up by Tremaine Edmonds. Antonio Gibson's been having a kind of quiet start to the season, but the Bills have a good run defense, so there's that.
Yeah, I don't see how the Bills lose today.
Unless
at home,
the Washington defensive front wakes up. That's the only chance I would give Washington, is if their front 7 can cause havoc on Allen.
Yeah. So.
But do I see Allen having 3 bad games to start off the season?
No. He goes for 280, 2+ touchdowns, no picks today. All right, next game. Dolphins at the Raiders. This would have been much more interesting if Tua was playing today, but the Raiders coming in 2-0 off 2 pretty big wins to start the year. Derek Carr probably leading the MVP race first 2 weeks, leading the league in passing yards, playing out of his mind right now. What do you think happens today?
Trap game.
Yeah, I'm just not for that.
Hear me out. This is typical Raiders fashion. They beat all the good teams, and then they lose to the teams that they should beat. This is typical Raiders fashion. Jacoby Brissett can be a mediocre, even though mediocre is not like a good thing, but I don't think he'll be like absolute dog water trash this game.
No, but
he has the receivers around him.
They're gonna have a problem moving the ball today. Front 7 for the Raiders has been playing out of their minds. I think they lock up Gaskin, and then on the outside, if you can get the ball to Parker and Gesicki and Waddle, if you can get the ball to them, maybe you have a chance. But he can't.
Will Fuller also playing today.
Yeah, who cares?
What do you mean? Who cares?
But
this game screams trap game to me.
I am not taking the bait here. I'm not taking the trap. I'm not going to bet the Raiders stay, but I think the Raiders win. Dude, you saw how bad the offense was with the Dolphins last week. What changes this week? I guess probably a better defense.
You think the Raiders have a better defense than the Bills?
Right now, yeah, I think so.
Okay.
They're playing better.
Okay.
All right, next game, we're done with that. Jets at the Broncos. Another trap game, apparently.
I think this is also a trap game. I don't think the Broncos care that they're playing the Jets. I think
they care. Like how it's their home opener.
Well, okay, listen. Okay, you know how the Ravens
home opener.
How we said the Ravens are going to coast against the Lions. I could see the Broncos just coasting against the Jets. Zach Wilson's used to playing in this like air environment. He definitely needs a bounce back week after last week. I don't see him throwing 4 picks. Do I see him maybe turn the ball over?
Matter,
Absolutely.
Dude. It does not matter. He does not have to throw 4 picks to lose today.
10.5.
None. Dude, they cannot move the ball. They can't move the ball. Teddy, you're going to go against Teddy ATS? Teddy 2 gloves? No, you're not. Get smart, dude. You ain't. Dude,
Teddy,
learn yourself. Learn yourself. You ain't going against Teddy Bridgewater.
That Teddy Bridgewater spread thing is for when he's on the road.
Doesn't matter. He's still covering today. Don't go get your boy Teddy Two Gloves. Come on.
No, I could see this being a backdoor cover.
No, a backdoor cover with Zach Wilson as your quarterback. No.
Yes.
Moving on. Moving on. See, here's actually a good game for you to talk about. Seahawks at the Vikings.
All right.
No, let me start, damn it. And then you get me pissed. Seahawks come into Minnesota looking to get 2-1, looking to make the record 2-1 today. Vikings look to not start 0-3. I am off the Vikings for the rest of the year after week 1. You apparently still trust them somehow.
This is my last week with the Vikings.
So
Hear me out.
Going back to your ex-girlfriend.
Wow, rude. But they are without Dalvin Cook today.
Yeah, so let's take the Vikings. Let's take the Vikings down Dalvin Cook. Yeah, makes sense.
Madison. Okay, first of all, Madison is not like a slouch. First of all, he's not Dalvin Cook. Don't get me wrong, but he's not. He's better than still a good amount of starting running backs in the league. This Vikings passing offense ranks like top 5 in the league right now.
It ranks top 5 every single year.
Seattle defense is nothing to write home about. I think this is
every year. It's the same thing, dude. You see the same thing every year. Vikings, yes, great offense, great on paper. Every year we say this is the Vikings year. This is the Vikings year to win the NFC North. This is the Vikings year to probably maybe take the NFC.
Who the hell is saying that they're going to win the NFC North?
You said they're a sleeper in the NFC. Do not backtrack.
Yeah, I think they could be a sleeper and make the playoff. I don't think they'd win the division.
This team is one of the most disappointing teams I've ever seen in my life. You have two Pro Bowl wide receivers on the outside. Now, before he got hurt, you also had maybe a Pro Bowl tight end, Irv Smith. And then on the defensive side, you're pretty solid as well. Your front 7 is maybe top 5 in the league. Your backfield with Harrison Smith, not too bad. You need some help in the corner. But you cannot tell me this team should be 0-3. Right. They're going to be 0-3. You cannot tell me.
No, hear me out. They realistically shouldn't even be 0-2.
Well, they are because they suck.
No, but listen. Okay, week 1, they lose because of their kicker.
Suck.
Week 2, they lose because of their kicker.
Suck.
I don't care why the Vikings.
No. They had both these games up for grabs. They fumbled the ball at the 20-yard line against the Bengals to win the game with a fucking field goal.
I mean, what does that not remind you of the Chiefs? So why don't you write out the Chiefs for that same reason?
I did. We already did that. Next, you're up 10 points against the Cardinals in the third quarter, and you lose because of a missed field goal.
Yeah,
you gave up 2 quick touchdowns to Kyler Murray.
Do you think if the Vikings get a better kicker, they would be...
No, I do not, because you cannot... They shouldn't have been in those situations to begin with.
Last week they were also without a lot of people on defense, and they still had it close.
And you still picked them.
Yeah. Well, no. When they left,
yes, you did.
I moved to the Cardinals.
You picked the Vikings.
Nope. I moved to the Cardinals once all those injuries happened. And there's video proof of that.
Whole
so
bitch.
Don't try that on me.
Here, we're gonna fight about this one too because you're an idiot. Bucks at Rams. Let's hear your Rams take, jackass.
Rams at home.
Jesus Christ. You'll never learn, will you?
Bucks are not going to go undefeated.
You'll never learn to never bet against the GOAT.
The Bucks are not going to go undefeated. Can you attest to that? Do you think they're going?
It's week 3. It's week 3. You're talking about undefeated.
Okay, no.
Let's talk about week 3. Week 3, please. Week 3.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to what I was just saying. The Bucks are not going to go undefeated. This is probably one of the best chances, if not the best chance, for them to lose it on their schedule. This is arguably Team 1 versus Team 2 in power rankings going against each other. Cooper Kupp is statistically, he's the best receiver in football right now. But he's gone off the first 2 weeks. Bucks are without Antonio Brown, which I think could be it's not going to stifle their offense really that much, but it's a big weapon for Brady gone. This game's going to be close. You know that. You are a homer and just want to put your bias into this. Can you stop breathing into the mic? That's kind of annoying. I have the Rams winning this game. I'm sorry that it upsets you because you're a Patriots fan and you have like a hard on for Tom Brady all the time. He's not going to win every game. I'm sorry. Everybody seems to think the Bucs are going to win this game because the line opened up as the Rams -1. Now it's the Rams +1.5.
Let me know when your rant's over.
Yeah, you're just going to say, don't bet against Tom Brady, blah, blah, blah. That's all I'm going to hear you say.
Correct. Bucs win this game 28-6.
Shut up. Like, that's what you thought.
No, they're winning, I don't know, 28-24 or something like that.
Do you think that there's only going to be 24 points scored by the Rams and only 28 by the Bucs?
Yeah, I like the under in the full game, not the first half.
Okay, so riddle me this. Who's in the Bucs secondary to defend?
Doesn't matter. The
Bucs
front seven
defense is not. Bucs passing defense is not playing good this year. Simple as that. It's not. Their front seven. You're not going to run the ball against the Bucs. The Bucs have the best run defense in football, and I don't think the Rams plan on running the ball at all, especially with Sony Michel starting a running back.
They'll just move Dominic Sue out to the corner position. They'll be all right.
Oh, okay, yeah. Fucking running his 9.4 time.
Yeah, he'll be all right. He'll be all right.
Running against Bobby Trees and Cooper Kupp. What?
I'm just not betting against Tom Brady in these big matchups. He's just too clutch. So you can take your Rams take and go shove up your ass.
So what are you gonna do when the Rams win?
I'm gonna move on to week 4. Next game,
Okay.
Packers at the Niners. Packers +3 at just about plus money right now.
Basically a pick 'em because the
Yep.
Niners are home.
Do I trust Jimmy G or do I trust Aaron Rodgers more in these spots? And I'd say 110% Aaron Rodgers.
Primetime football? Aaron Rodgers?
Jimmy G, primetime football, non-existent. So, basically, put your house on the Packers to win today. I think they win pretty easily. I think the Niners are filled with injuries at offense and defensive side. No cornerback. Who the hell is guarding Devontae Adams today?
Nobody.
Your mama could guard him.
I don't think Aaron Jones is going to have as good of a day as he did last week with 3 receiving touchdowns. But because they still got like a front seven, the Niners, but their secondary is abysmal.
Putrid, dude. After they lost, oh my god, I don't know. Devontae Adams might go for 200 yards receiving today.
The Packers are going to be weak at the offensive line because who they had filling in for David Bakhtiari is also not playing. Mm-hmm. So maybe his blind side is going to be a problem. So it might maybe now Devontae Adams like 200 yards. I still think he can go off. But whoever's running the slot for the Packers, whether it be Scantling, Lazard, Cobb, whoever's in that slot, I think have a big game. Maybe Aaron Jones does have a big day because he's going to dump it off quickly because he's going to get pressured a lot.
Yeah.
But I mean, Jair Alexander is going to be on Deebo Samuel, clamped.
That's really it.
Trey Sermon's going to be starting at running back. They drafted Trey Sermon in the 3rd round and Elijah Mitchell in the 5th round, and they had Elijah Mitchell higher up in the depth chart than him. Yep. So take that for what you will. Brandon Ayuk non-existent in the first 2 weeks. George Kittle non-existent in the first 2 weeks. Where's George Kittle? I haven't seen him. No one's talking about him. I see this being Packers. Primetime football, Aaron Rodgers. You want to talk about you don't bet against Tom Brady? I would never bet against Packers primetime football.
Yeah, you saw what he did last week on primetime. 280, 4 touchdowns. Actually, absolutely blew up the Lions in the second half. And this is the same type of defense that he's facing today. Pretty decent front seven. Not for the Lions, but a better front seven than their back. Their secondary, Lions, putrid. Secondary for the Niners, putrid.
Yeah.
So I think he has the same type of game today. Maybe they start off a little slow because it's prime time, but Rodgers 3+ touchdowns, 300+ yards. I think he has a hell of a game, and he puts himself right in front for the MVP contention after week 2. Final game, Monday Night Football, division rivalry. Eagles at the Cowboys. I believe this game dropped to 3.5.
It's 3.5.
3.5. So basically a pick 'em.
I like the Eagles.
I like the over.
But yeah, that over is suspect. But
over 51.5. I think both these teams put up points, both suspect on the defensive side. I think the Eagles win. I think Jalen Hurts shines in prime time. I think the Cowboys defense is again suspect. Their front seven suspect.
They should not have won last week.
I think Jalen Hurts might run for 100 yards tomorrow.
He might. The Cowboys won because the Chargers don't know how to not commit a flag. They had like 3 touchdowns called back because of flags. And the game ended 2017. So, they couldn't move the ball last week. Eagles defense is actually playing better than what expectations had been put out for them. Devontae Smith, I think, goes nuclear. I got the Eagles in this one.
Yeah, I have the Eagles as well. Plus the point. Maybe teasing to make them 10.5.
I might like the Eagles. I like the Eagles straight up too.
Mm-hmm. So, all right, Shane. Before we head out today, what is your best player prop for this week?
Best player prop? I think because the fucking Chiefs running I think Devin Singletary under 66.5 total yards is a play because they're going to implement Zach Moss more in this game. The only reason Devin Singletary has gone over that the first 2 games is because he's broken off big runs. Do I think he's going to break off a big run this week? No. You can't bet on somebody breaking off a big run every week.
And Zach Moss is back.
Yeah. So with that in mind, I don't see Devin Singletary putting up 70 yards today against the Washington defense, which is supposed to be good.
My favorite prop then, going back to the well until it dries up, Gronk to score a touchdown at plus 150.
He scored 2 touchdowns each of the last.
This dude in the red zone is a absolute unit. I think he scores again today. He's on pace for like 35 touchdowns. Obviously, not going to get that. But I think he scores again. This should not be a plus money prop rest of the year.
In that game, I also like Godwin's over receiving yards just because I think Ramsey's going to be on Mike Evans
and Brown's
for a good portion of the game. And Brown's out, and it's over. It's at 70.5.
Yeah,
if Brady's going to be hucking the ball down, and he's arguably Brady's favorite weapon, he gets the most targets.
I think Brown's probably his favorite.
No, I'm not talking about favorite as in like as a person. I'm talking favorite as in who he throws the ball to the most.
Oh,
and that'd be Godwin. Godwin's got 19 targets in the first 2 games. That's like up there. I think Keenan Allen leads the league with like 21.
He leads the league every year.
Yeah, because he's just an automatic catch.
Mm-hmm. All right, Shane. Anything else for the team today?
Yeah, Giants are winning. Screw you.
Giants are not winning today. Bet the Falcons for plus money.
Giants are winning. Screw you.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. A good show today, about an hour. We'll be back next Sunday around 10 a.m. Eastern Time to go over Week 4 slate. Best of luck today. Please bet responsibly. Have a good night, guys.
See you.